on my cardigan. This is the back side, right? Oh wait, this might be the front side. All right, so this is the back side. So I need to, this is a front panel. I'm not going to get all of this stitched together. At once. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put a thumbnail. Anyway, all right, hi Camille. Okay, that's my other panel, so I'm going to hold off on that for a sec. Okay, there's my back panel. I just have to figure out, okay, that's the front, so this is the back. All right, and I already put my little stitch markers where I want this to end. You can see this is wider than that because I'm going to have it kind of, you know what, I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to switch that to this side. Okay, I'm going to have it, so I want to use this for going down the sleeve. All right. I have them both on that side, darn it. Well, phooey. It's all right. I'm using a different yarn because I went into the God, I did leave myself really long tails. But that's for the shoulders. So that's the back side. Okay. I've got the same problem because of where I ended. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Anyway, so part of my issue is that that's two of my panels. That's not helpful. All right. Let me make sure I'm doing the right side. Where are my stitch markers? I hear them. There they are. So it's going to kind of come, I'm going to squish it up here on the shoulder a little bit because my panels, oh, this is the front, so I need the back side. My panels are wider. My panels are wider than this little section, but I measured this is, so it's going to be kind of squished up, but then kind of like wrap around my neck is what I'm hoping it does, but we'll see. Now, the reason I'm using the mattress stitch, two reasons. I have to use a different yarn, so it kind of needs to hide. And secondly, because I didn't want, the reason I guess really it's based on the first reason. I do not want to use any more yarn of that second what do you call it? Second cake. Let me make sure I'm attaching. Oh, that would have been upside down. We don't want that. Okay, this is the back side. Okay. Now we'll figure it out. I will make it work. Somehow, some way. So, with a mattress stitch, you do use a yarn needle. But, pulled so much out, I don't know where my end is. Oh, I went the wrong way. There it is. All right. What I do when I pull this through the first time, I'm going to go right to the edge here. I'm going to go right where that stitch marker is. Now, these are the backs, and I'm a goober. Need to flip. I will get this. I promise. Stabbing my yarn needle in here for the moment. All right. It wasn't set up enough because I was editing. So I want front to front attached is what I want. Because then I'm actually attaching on the inside. I just was being silly. Oh, that's upside down. Is that the front? Front to front. That's what I need. Front to front. Okay. I'm going to actually attach it over here instead. All right. Here's my yarn needle. All right. So what you're supposed to do with mattress stitch is come in these loops. Now on the first one, now I pull more than enough yarn to go the distance that I need to go. So I'm going to pull about twice what I actually need. I'm pulling that through because this yarn, I don't care. I don't care if I use extra, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to go back through that again because that way I can kind of tie it. I'm going to go in there. Okay. Oh, hi, Dorothy. I'm going over the mattress stitch. I don't know if that's something I wonder if you call it the same thing. All right. Okay, so I was just in that side. So I'm going to come over here to this stitch, and I'm going to go in from the inside to the outside, right? Maybe I should have reviewed the mattress stitch first. Yeah, that's right. And then I'm going to go back in that same stitch, but just in that loop. And the reason I'm going back in that, let me make sure that's working right. Yeah, it's disappearing when I pull it down. Okay. Or is it supposed to be? Oh, it's supposed to be like that, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. So, but again, I need to kind of skip stitches, but then go back. So I went through there and I went through there. Is this making sense? I hope. Now, normally I'm actually going to backstitch, which you're really not supposed to do. But again, that's to kind of cinch this a little bit. And then I'm going to have to pull it tight so that that yarn disappears. Okay, and then I'm going through one loop and not both loops. Okay, and then I'm coming back in that stitch. Again, I'm trying to cinch this panel up to match this panel with this panel. And you can see there's a lot of extra. So I'm going to have to be kind of creative with how I do this. So we're going in here. And then I will go in and I'm going to have to, again, I'm having to kind of finagle this because I'm trying to shrink it. Otherwise, I would just go stitch for stitch. All right. And then I'm going to back stitch again to kind of shrink that up. I'm going to have a little bit of a bulky shoulder, but it is what it is. I just accept that. That was that. So I'm going to go here. And you can see it doesn't show at all. I will flip it over to show you it doesn't show there either. You can't see it. That's why I'm using the mattress stitch, because I had to use this other yarn. Okay, I am right here. So I'm going to go in that stitch again. No, I wanted to go, yeah, that stitch again. come back through and go through that stitch, and I'm doing it again so that I'm kind of back stitching in a weird way. And I'm going to go kind of at an angle here. Again, I know this is not the right way to be doing this, but for my top panels, this is what I'm going to have to do to get it to shrink up a little bit. All right, so I have to go to the next stitch, but I'm going to come all the way back here again to cinch that front panel. Let's see how I'm doing on shrinking it. It's a little bit. I'm not doing a great job on the shrinking, but and then if you see when I pull it tight, it kind of cinches it down there. Go back in that same stitch, and then this time I'm going to come backwards. Let's go back through there. But then I'm going to go through this one, and then through that same stitch I just came out of. I'm just going to keep double checking that it's showing a little bit. Oh, that's at that part where I haven't. Okay, yeah. It's all right. Because I'm jacking with the mattress stitch, I think it's going to be a little bit not quite typical. Okay, that'd be easier. So go to the next stitch, come back to this stitch again. Then I'm going to go to this stitch, and again I'm supposed to be just doing back loops. Let's see, Toka, hi Pal, hi Marie. Hope you're yes. I do blankets most of the time and did some wind spinners lately. I've done some hats, so that's what Dorothy's working on. Oh, Camille and Chuck. Sorry, Chuck is here, and I missed the other name. What's the other? Oh, Pal. Yes, I think I said Pal. And Marie. You can tell me what you're all working on. I'm just trying to finagle the mattress stitch at the top panel because my front panel is wider than where I want it to attach to the back. So I gotta make up for this much extra material, because normally mattress I would just do stitch for stitch. I'm going to go back into that same stitch, right? Oh, I don't know. I think that's right. And then back into that same stitch, even though I went to the next stitch. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it works out. It looks okay on the what would be the top side. Can't hardly tell that I sewed it together, so I'm okay with that. Okay, so if I'm going in this stitch, go in there, and then I'm doing this back stitch thing. You're not really supposed to do that. I'm going backwards and then back into that same stitch on the other side because I'm trying to squish it up. I don't know if I'm going to accomplish it though. We shall see. But you can see the mattress stitch is working because it doesn't show there and it doesn't show there except for where I haven't tied it down. That's because it's not actually attached back here. I did not. When I start my yarn, I just kind of pull the length I need, but I don't tie it off at all until I'm done. That way, if I need to pull it out, it's easy to do that. Because, you know, that's kind of how I do things. So I'm going backwards on that side and coming through. Oh, all right. All right, let's see. No, sorry, I'm having an eye problem, so let me see if I can read. Oh, no. Oh, a bus. That stinks. On your way to work? On your way to work, Chuck? Is that what happened? And Texas isn't built for cold, and you aren't built for cold. I'm so sorry. That's terrible for you. I think that's right. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to go backwards. I don't know. You guys, I apologize. This is the worst demonstration of mattress stitch ever. Because I am definitely... I should be going back that way into the next stitch and backwards. And then... we'll go over here. Into the next stitch and backwards. I don't know. We're making it up at this point, which is kind of how I function, as you observed last night, if you were at that live, because, you know, I just kind of did everything on the fly. Made all kinds of adjustments right then and there, even on what we were covering in my live. Yeah, this is going to be goofy because of how I did it. I don't know. That's going to show. That's fine. This is the inside. Kind of disappears in the blanket yarn anyway. Let's go to the next stitch and then back. Go backwards. And into the next stitch. Yeah, this is really not how you should do the mattress stitch. So again, this is a don't be like Lori example. It's all right. You see how that's a lot. I will figure this out somehow. Anybody got any ideas on how I can fix this? Leave early so I can catch an early bus. Okay. Oh, that's good. I'm glad other than being cold, which is terrible for you specifically. That it worked out. So you weren't late for work. That's good. Trying to make sure I stay on screen here. Some work to do. I will. Okay. So, Camille will be live in about an hour from now. So yes, definitely pop over to Camille's live in an hour, pal. And what are you working on, Camille? Go ahead and put it in the chat there. And I'm sorry I don't have music. Can you guys hear the TV at all that's downstairs? Because I can hear it. And that could be a problem because she's watching a movie. So just please let me know if you can actually hear anything other than my voice. Or some slight buzzing because, yes, my computer fan is going. All right. Am I going to make... Yeah, I made it work. I made it work well enough. Again, this is not a good example of how you appropriately use the mattress stitch. But, you know, 'tis what it is. Next stitch. Okay, I'm going to pull it tight. Let's make sure it's still disappeared. Yeah, you can't see it at all. I don't know. I don't have too much to squish up at this point. I squished it decently. Did I squish it appropriately? Not really. All right. I suspect if this was not blanket yarn, this would not be hiding well at all. The blue yarn would not be hiding. That's just my suspicion. All right. I'm going to go backwards. All right, we're going to be okay.
That's what she said.
I know you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully there was something funny at the moment. Okay. Yes. Yes, that's fine. Do what you need to do there. Long, cool. Chuck, just go for it. And I'm glad you're okay now. So as long as we're not hearing anything, my friend's subject tonight. Oh, nice. Yes, that's a thing that is very important. Being kind to others, being kind to all. All right. Well, it's kind of funky, but it's going to work. So I got this panel. Okay, so when you're at the end, you go back around like that. And then I pull it tight. Now, normally, that's more of an issue. I kind of pull it tight. I want that to still have its width. I kind of pull it tight. So and then I make sure that you can't see it. And I can't see it. Don't see any of that blue yarn, except at the very ends where I haven't dealt with them yet. Okay, then, all right, I don't like how that's kind of loose and free, so I'm going to come around here and come back into that stitch again. That just was looking too loosey-goosey to me. All right, and then I do this. I don't know what the right way to tie off here is, but I'm going to do it that way. And then just kind of sew in my end a little bit. I don't know how you all sew in your ends. Sorry, I just punched my camera. Well, my phone, aka camera. All right, I'm just kind of pushing it through. You saw that I knotted it. I'm going back and forth through here. And that you can see there's kind of a neck shape there. And that other stitch marker's making all kinds of noise. So I am actually feeling, oh, to 7:15. So you got a few minutes. Yeah. So 6. Yeah, so Camille's in an hour. Do you want to see more of it? Do you want to see? I don't even know if I can show you traditional. Again, this is literally just sewing my end in. I'm going to make one more knot. I know, that's naughty, right? But we're all naughty hookers here. I had my scissors. All right. As I can tell, with our weather shifts, my head is not fully in the game. You know what? I left a pair of scissors in my bedroom, but I'm not going to go get that right now. My bedroom is right next to this room. And then I'll show you what I do with the other end. All right. So I feel like that's, again, this will go up against my shoulder. I feel like that's sufficiently tight in there. Oh, you know what? Because I did that knot, I will just, for the sake of thoroughness, kind of come in there and then cut off. All right. go to the other end where this is still attached to my ball of yarn while it tries to escape. It's like, no. All right, so there's extra yarn, so that'll go in my yarn scraps for stuffing. I'm going to cut a kind of long tail so that I can sew in the end and knot it off and all that kind of stuff. Sew up. So you want to see more? Oh, that you have to sew. Dorothy, I am 100% with you on that. I like even amigurumis. I will always take an amigurumi that says no sew over having to sew on a million parts. I had this dragon amigurumi I had to do I had done one for my stepdaughter, and then my brother-in-law really wanted one. So I promised him I would make one. I literally had all the parts made, and I just could not make myself sew it together for months. At least that wasn't the hiccup on my sister's cardigan that I did for her. It wasn't the, I realized I'm kind of off screen there. All right. I'm just kind of weaving back and forth, and I just knotted. Again, I don't know what the rules are. I'm not very good about, if I don't know the rule, then I'm not going to pursue the rule, so I'm just going to do what I think is right. Does that make sense? Anyway. I don't know what the crochet and sewing rules are. I just don't. I don't want to go there. Let's see, I'm going to go around this one again. Kind of knot it. I'm going to do a double there. And then I'm going to push that through. But yeah, I did this no-sew triceratops. Oh, you did a triceratops that had lots of parts. Okay, so I check out my video on my no-sew triceratops. You probably already did, Long Cool, but but the that no-sew triceratops, I literally did it in under an hour, which, like, I've never done an amigurumi that fast. What was the key? There was no sewing. It was all crocheted in one big long set of pieces. It was great. Again, this is more, so I'm sure it's not going to come undone. I just kind of do stuff. But again, I don't know what the rules are for sewing this. What do you think? Are there rules for sewing stuff like this? I have no idea. I'm sorry, I bumped the camera again. All right, so that's how it looks on the inside. I guess I should cut that off, huh? This is how it, that's that stitch marker. Sorry, it keeps freaking me out. I have the needle in my hand, but I keep thinking it's the needle. So this is my left shoulder. Is what that is that we just did. You cannot see that seam whatsoever, and it's not like it bulked it up at all either. So that's the beauty of the mattress stitch. Even though I was doing some wonky stuff with it, it still functioned like it's supposed to function. So do you guys want to see more? Or should I just be done? I know it's not been very long. It's only been a half an hour. Should I do more? Do you want to see more, or are you guys good to go do other stuff? And hit the like button if you don't mind, or double tap your screen if you're watching on your phone. I don't know. What do you want us? Do you want me to do the other side? Again, this is very non-traditional because I was having to squish up a significantly wider panel to the same, to a smaller size, because this is I measured, that's like the back of my neck is that width there. Sorry, that's kind of, can we see the whole thing there? Let me go this way. There you can. That's the width of the back of my neck is how I measured that. Quote unquote measured. I did not actually physically measure. Anyway, want to see some more? Do what I want to do. I'll mention this. So I pulled this all back. You'll see this in a video tomorrow. I pulled that all back so I have just the dots yarn. And I took off all the black and all the brown. And so this ended up being 25 rows. Well, I looked at the pattern I made last night, and I actually need to go back. 1, 2, 3. I'll have to look at the pattern, but it's on my phone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I need to print that one out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I need to go back 6, but I'm going to wait on that until I've actually counted it. And that's where the basketball is starting. So the basketball is starting here, and it's at an angle, which is, that's the other nice thing, using Stitch Fiddle to design. You end up being able to, like fourth, I'm so sorry. You need to, words would be good. Okay. So you're able to, put the design so that it goes at an angle. So I don't have any of this color down here at the bottom. So I won't need to attach anymore. I have another ball that's not attached because, again, I took apart up to this point. I'm thinking that, that's not as much empty space as it looked like on my pattern. That's not particularly large. So I think just stitching their last name in here, or coming up with some kind of applique that would be appropriate, maybe a little pennant flag or something. That end, that bugs me. Okay. You guys didn't even see what I was talking about, but you noticed it in my live, so it's gone now. All right. So, yeah. How well does that color show up? Because now I'm using my phone. Can you see that that's kind of like barely lavender? Or what does it look like to you on that? Oh, it is. Oh, this yarn. I'm telling you, this yarn. Roving Divagation. I freaking love this yarn. Is it upside down? No, it's right. Okay. So here's the thing about it. Okay, you can see it's super fat there and super thin there. Let me show you better. Look at that. This is the thing that you do have to be prepared for with roving. So in a corner to corner, if I hit a really thin spot after I've done it looks, so this line right here looks gray. Okay, I'll wait. This line? Oh, it does. This just looks like dark gray, and that looks like light gray, huh? Interesting. So in person, let's see if we can get real close. Let's see if that helps. Right there. Yeah, no, it's not going to show up on the camera. It just has the slightest hint of lavender. I just really don't think you'll be able to see it. Yeah, it shows as a light gray, doesn't it? That's all right. It's good. It's for a boy, and some people are picky about that sort of thing. But in person, it definitely has just this. It's a light gray, but it's just a hint of lavender. It's not pink. I have another colorway that's really similar to this, but it's definitely pinks and not kind of more this lavender color. But I was talking about this yarn. And so when you have, like, let's say I had just done a block, like one of these blocks with this thick stuff right here. and then I get thin stuff right after. I might throw an extra half double crochet just to kind of keep that sizing consistent, because the yarn is actually, and I also make sure my tension is really, really loose on this thin stuff. You'll see in the video that pulling back this, frogging this thick stuff is a pain in the butt. A pain in the rear end. And I said that pull back, or frog slowly with fuzzy yarn sounds like a YouTube channel name. Frog slowly with, or something. You'll find out in the video tomorrow. Once I get done editing that'll get put up tomorrow, or Dorothy later today for you. Actually, it might be middle of the night for you. I'd have to figure that out. Yeah, it'll be middle of the night tomorrow for you. I am so sorry, y'all. All right. But yeah, this is the thing you just have to be prepared for with roving. Because, like, do you see how extremely different that is? I freaking love this yarn, but you do have to be able... you do have to be able... Okay. Okay, you can see it here. The lavender. You do have to be able to just adapt a little bit to make it work, but I did the half double crochet corner to corner instead of double crochet corner to corner because of the density. I wanted there not to be lots of holes. You can see this is not a holy project, or a HOLY project for that matter. But okay, I'm just going to grab this as an example. See, like when you have like something like that with the corner to corner, if you don't have kind of a tighter tension, it can get really holy. Obviously, this isn't that stitch at all, but, or let's go to my blanket yarn real quick. Imagine if I had all these holes in that kiddo's blanket. That's just not good. Now with blanket yarn, it probably wouldn't matter as much, but with regular yarn, their little fingers or toes getting caught. I mean, I actually had to find one. There's one. But if I had done double crochet, even pulling down tight or using a smart hook, these holes would be much more dominant. I might actually, Camille, if you're doing your C2C, maybe show that, like kind of the gaps. Now, again, these gaps are only an issue for a baby or maybe even a small toddler. By the time they're 3 or 4 years old, or they'd be going to Boggy Creek, it's not an issue at all. Make it as holy as you want. But that's also why I do popcorn stitches instead of chain 1 spaces for filet crochet. So I will take a filet crochet project and put popcorn stitches anywhere where it's a chain 1, skip 1, and I'll just put a popcorn stitch there and fill in that hole, and then I can use it for a baby. But anyway, that's why I did that. You can see this is a very dense corner to corner. Even like pulling it, you can see I have to pull it to really show any kind of gaps, and then it just kind of pulls in on itself. Some of that is because of this fuzzy yarn, right? It gets there, but there's that end. But like I said, I'm gonna have to pull, I think it's either 5 or 6 of these and go to, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I've got a decision to make about the basketball. I've got 2 options for the yarn. The one you saw last night, that could be the basketball, or I have this one that could be the basketball. That looks way red on my camera, doesn't it? Looks like a rust color. Okay, see, looking at it on camera, this is very obviously the right choice. Looking at it in person, this looks like an old school basketball. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think, hey, Presley, You like the one on the left, so that's this one, right? For the basketball? This one. And then this one, like I said, to me, it gives old school basketball vibes. They used to be kind of closer to the brighter one. Yeah, okay. Well, like looking at it on camera, 100%, this is the better color. And it's not it's not like a pumpkin orange. It is a basketball orange, right? It's not quite as bright. I have really good lighting in this spot tonight. It's not quite as bright as it looks on camera, but that color. So this one, the one I used last night. Okay. So like I said, I've got to look at the pattern and see how many of those pieces I need to pull back. And then I will join this, but I won't have to join this on the bottom. I will have some spots I'll have to join that in the middle, but probably after the football, right? Whatever. Anyway, so I have accomplished a lot today. I did record all this frogging. I'm working on the editing. I have an impossible time of actually keeping my mouth shut and not talking, where I'm going to fast forward. But then sometimes I say something that I think is important, so I have to then stop. So my editing takes a long time when I do that. A very long time. Like, it's unnecessary, but I'm neurotic. But I am happy that that actually doesn't look too bulky at all. I was worried with pulling that together the way I did, because this is, I'll count the boxes. That'll be the easiest way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. So this panel is 12 boxes wide, is how I'm going to describe it. 12 windows. And the section I attached it to is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So literally half the width. So I had to squish it up, but it doesn't look bad. And when I flip it over, that's the outside, and it looks good. I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting how I'm going to have to attach the arms kind of weird, I think, to get it to sit the way I want, because I think this has to kind of come up, and this, like, at the back of my shoulder, if you can picture that, kind of. So this part and to the edge is going to be kind of almost like at the back, like where from the back of your neck to the, like, kind of the back of your shoulder, and then this will come up around my neck, I think. So I'm going to have to place the arms accordingly. So I'm going to really have to play with arm placement, which is why I took them off. They were sewn on, but they're not there anymore. Let me grab an arm so you can see a sleeve, not an arm. This is an arm. Part of an arm. All right. So there's my sleeve. And what I did on this is I, first of all, used a bigger hook because I didn't want the sleeves to be heavy. And I left long tails so I could sew them on. But I had them attached to the back panel, but I could tell by the way it was sitting that I was going to need to attach them differently. This is the seam. This sleeve is inside out. I can tell because I can see my seam. But if you flip it over, it disappeared because I believe I slip stitched. And I did do a little bit of ribbing down here, but very minimal, just to get it to reduce down. Because you can see, like, up here, it's huge. And then I kind of increased my tension deliberately as I got further down. I did not take away any stitches. So from here down, you can see how wide it is. Down to here, it's all the same number of stitches, same hook. I just, like, literally was pulling my stitches tighter. And then I just did the back post, front post, double crochets at the end to get it to be a nice size. And it does very much just kind of fit right at my wrist. Okay. Who all is saying bye? Oh, hi, Jackie. Thanks for reminding everybody about the thumbs. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, so anyway, so. Oh, did Pau come back in? That's awesome if Pau came back in. Anyway. And Toka Marie. Do you go by Marie or do you prefer Toka? Yes. Your friend is kindly informing you, Chuck, that the time is changing. Yes. I had to keep informing Camille because I told her I was going to get on here and show how I mattress stitch. Now, unfortunately, Camille, I probably didn't help you too much because I was doing weird finagling, but you kind of got the vibes, hopefully. And you saw that it was pretty quick. But yeah, I did not, right here at this row of last windows, what I did for the next row is I did double crochets, but I did not do a chain one in between. Oh, sorry. I did not do a chain one in between. That's how I decreased. That's the only place I decreased was right there. But if you look at this sleeve, I wonder if I can, here, I'm not, we're going to go rogue for a sec. All right. So if you look at this sleeve, it looks significantly wider at the top. But it was like I was using the loosest tension. And then I just kind of made it tighter as I went down. As I kind of hit the elbow, I really went tighter. But that's the only place I decreased, was all the way down here. So yeah, let's see. We've been going for 46 minutes. I guess I can hang in for 15 more minutes or so. But yeah, the sleeves, I was fitting them. Like I said, I deliberately, that's where I started. I started with a very, very, very loose tension. But that is all the same hook, but it looks like I tapered it. Like what, Camille, did you end up tapering your sleeve? I don't remember what you ended up doing. I guess you could talk about that Saturday, huh? But this will get done, which is great. I'm very happy it will get done. No, you didn't. Okay, yeah. Camille, you know, I'm fine with that. If you want me to sew it together for you, you're just going to have to send me pictures. And I can't promise it will be done. I've got 2 blankets, 2 more. Oh, so I've got this blanket to get done. Oop, this blanket to get done. Another blanket to get done. And 2 cats that I got commissioned for. Cats that are about, I obviously did not make this, but cats that are about this size. So not very big. Clearly I did not make that. But anyway, if you look back at, so this is the second time. It was this, technically the same customer, but it's a different person. It's a friend of my friend who ordered them. So they already know what I'm charging, and I'm just using stuff I have. And I just caught that stitch, and I'm going to have to do something to fix that stitch because it kind of came loose. Okay, because it caught on the stitch marker. But that's good news, or good information for me. Not good news, but good information for me. I need to go in and maybe go through and stitch some places that are loose, because again, this is for a baby and you do not want them to get their fingers or toes caught in here. But I do agree with Chuck that ultimately, especially with by second kids, you really don't care what color they wear, right? Now, I can't at this point see that my grandson would get put in his sister's tutus. She has a lot of tutus because her birthday is February 2nd. So tutu. So, but you know, if he wants to wear them, I suppose my daughter would probably let him. That's what she said. I just got notification to watch Camille's Creations in 30 minutes. Oh, why isn't it focusing? Sorry about that. Anyway, so thank you for helping me for sure decide that's the right color for the basketball. I appreciate that. Because, yeah, that'll be the right color. And it will look nice up against that color, right? And then the brown. Sorry, because I'm holding my phone. It's probably really bad. Is that the brown? Here's the brown for the football. Which is, it's very much a chocolate brown. I think this is Hirschner's. It might be Mary Max. No, I think this is Hirschner's yarn. I think. Pretty sure. I like their branded yarn. It's good stuff. But I can definitely tell with weather shifts, my head's not, the best today. You guys know that I was on a lot longer than I intended to be last night, too. That was not ideal. But I also wanted that information, I think, at the end was really helpful. I was glad Bridget popped in to talk about the different tech stuff, I guess, because I have a more basic setup. This, I had my phone attached to this right here until I was holding it and kind of showing other things because I couldn't pull back far enough. But I need to get one of those arm things that, or tripod with the arm things that Bridget showed. I really want one of those because that would definitely make my life a lot easier. Oh, sorry. That's horrible focus. Come on. Okay. I'll keep my hand down here and let's see if that helps. With that needle in my hand. You know what? I'm going to stick it in my bag. All right. So my blanket cardi is one step closer to being done. This is the sleeve, not what I worked on tonight. Let me throw the sleeve back down. And that's what I got sewed together tonight. Right there. And you can kind of see like what I was trying to describe. Oh, which way is this? Oh, that's inside out. Oh, I am so sorry. You're seeing all my crazy stuff. All right. But there's, yeah, that's the seam I did. Like I said, it's kind of poofy here in the front, but my idea is that this will go at the very back of the neck and this will kind of come around the neck. And it looks like it will do that. I guess we'll find out though, huh? I'm gonna go ahead and take this stitch marker off. I don't need it anymore. Ugh, I'm so sad. Who was it that wanted this colorway? Was it Liz? Oh, hi, Chef Lori. Working. All right. Yes, and Chef Lori was there helping me through all the tech stuff last night that we went over, which is good. Because she was helping with the questions as well, like what Bridget's part was. So yeah, it's I mean, like I said, I've got one more part attached, and that was a tricky part because I couldn't just go stitch for stitch. Camille, how many squares is the strawberry? Because, yeah. Yes, you are famous. You're famous to me anyway. All right. Camille, did you drop your link? Chef Lori, if you have not watched Armchair Chef Lori, please subscribe. Oh, I'll just leave that there. And we did confirm this is the best color for the basketball. I don't know what my computer is being really dumb. So I'm just holding the phone here. Sorry. You all can, it will let me flip. Hello. I'm wearing my size matters. Hook size, guys. Hook size. Hook size matters. Hi. I'm going to flip back around. But yeah, I'm going to try to hang in. You guys like, you like my commentary? Well, you know, at least I didn't say hose size matters, right? After my video, or later today, I made that short from that other video. Yeah. Anyway, so that is, I'm not sure I'm seeing all messages here. So I'm definitely relying on my computer's messages. Thanks for the laughs. You guys are great. Yeah, I did do a couple shorts today is all that I've published today. Tomorrow will be, I'm trying to get it down to a sensible sized video. I think it's going to be somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes, I think. I might be able to get it shorter. We'll see. We'll see. But it's me pulling out. If you like watching frogging. I did make up a little frogging song, so, you know. Frogging as in pulling out, rip it out, ribbit. You know, that's, if you're new to crochet, you might not know that term, but I pulled out all the black and all the brown. There were actually 3 different bobbins of black. That's the biggest one, but, and then there were the big ball of brown and then this brown. This might be enough brown for me to do the whole football on the new design. I'm hoping. But I've got, based on the new design, I've got to pull back a couple rows and start this basketball down here. And yes, I can't, I love this yarn, but you'll see in the video, you have to go really slow when you're dealing with fuzzy yarns. Again, this particular colorway is called Dots. Usually you've got lots of, hey, Bridget, we were just talking about you and joining my live last night and talking about the tech stuff. But, because I was showing my not so great setup before I actually grabbed it. Oh, back in the background was my litter robot that I love. Again, litter robot is fine. It has really, really good sensors and will never mess with the cat. Like, it will not go with the cat in it. Some I wouldn't trust, but litter robot's fine. That one's safe. All right. So anyway, but just be warned, you can go from pretty thin to pretty thick. That's not even the thickest, but and you can see kind of like not very spun. I love working with that, but not everybody likes the roving. So you just have to be able to adapt. Either loosen your tension here or add extra stitches. I kind of manipulated on what looks best at the time. But that'll be the basketball. This is not, I'm so sorry. Glad my mouth, I'm glad I wasn't faced toward me there. You guys do not need to see the inside of my mouth. That's lovely. All right. I could show you my crown, but no, I'm kidding. I would not do that. I cannot get my permanent crown until the 28th, so not until the end of next week. I'm so annoyed. But it is what it is, you know, what are you going to do? But, yeah, I can tell. Oh, you didn't get a notification? Yeah, it was very much last minute that I went on, Bridget. I've only been on, how long have I been on now? Just short of an hour. So I wanted to make it to an hour. I'm not going 2 hours. In about less than that. In about 20 minutes, Camille is going live, but you should get a notification because I already got a notification for Camille's. But yes, this was just very last minute. I sewed together with a kind of pseudo mattress stitch. I sewed together the top panel and the back panel. So this is, front panel and back panel at the shoulder. This is the back of my neck, and then this will kind of go around my neck there. And I ended up, so I used Oh, of course. The blue yarn has disappeared. It's probably with the wax. I used a totally different yarn because, again, I did not want to use any more of the other cake of this if I didn't have to, because I really would like to actually make a blanket with that other one, because it is 547 yards of this. I can make a blanket. Maybe I can make a Boggy Creek blanket. Who knows? I'll have to look at the rules. But yes, this is Cover Story is this yarn. This colorway is Jasper, and somebody was trying to find it, and I wish I could remember right now who it was. Somebody was desperately trying to find it. And this colorway does not seem to be, well, it was available at Lion Brand, right, Camille? It was available at Lion Brand. Bridget, you can probably drop your channel now. It's probably been enough chat between Chef Lori's and this. But somebody was looking for this. You can get it directly from Lion Brand, but it's $35 for the cake. It's 2.2 pounds of yarn. Again, another reason I did a super lacy stitch, because I didn't want it to be heavy. But I did use all 2.2 pounds of yarn for all the parts. All the parts are made. But I had to use 1.2 ounces of the other cake for this cardigan. I was so close to not having to get into that cake, but I was like, I have to. I think I was halfway through a window pane, or I had to do a whole window pane row. It's fine. I'm just happy that actually looks all right, considering I was attaching two things. This front one, you can see it bubbling out. This front one is twice as wide as the back panel part that I was attaching it to. Hopefully that'll sit on my shoulder nicely. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. But the mattress stitch definitely... Oh, I'm getting a notification from one of my doctors. Lucky me. All right. Oh, I bet I know what doctor that one is. Anyway, not a big deal. No, I'm doing fine. Nothing bad. Like, I just go to the doctor all the time, because that's why I live at the doctor. Cheaper at Walmart. Cheaper at Walmart, but they didn't have the colorway, right? Is that, yeah. So you can get the Cover Story 2.2 pounds of yarn at Walmart for $25, but they did not have this colorway. That was the issue. So it's $35 if you want this colorway through Lion Brand. Oh, it's not available anywhere. Oh, again, I bought this like 2, maybe 3 years ago. Some of my yarn just took a dive, because it just wouldn't be alive with Lori if stuff didn't fall off my table. That is just how things work for me. Anyway, I'm going to let you go, because it's been more than an hour, and so I'm satisfied with that. Say your goodbyes to everybody. And go ahead and drop your link if you haven't. And please go to Camille in 15 minutes. I would appreciate you going on over there. Like I said, in 15 minutes. In whatever time zone you're on. Hopefully Dorothy got that notification. I bet she did. Because she popped in here, the Aussies. What time is it there? What time is it? It's like 11... It's 11 a.m. tomorrow there, I think. Or almost noon tomorrow in Australia. I think, if I'm calculating all that right. Anyway. Yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm terrible at saying goodbye. Oh, it's 1 Central Time. Almost noon my time. That's, yes. Okay. All right. I will talk to you all later, and hopefully this will all get done, and I will be able to just well, I am going to be on a live with Camille on Saturday, and so I need to have it done by Saturday. It will be. It'll be done probably in the next couple days, or maybe even tomorrow. Probably not today, because I need to edit that video to drop for tomorrow. But yeah, go view my shorts if you want to laugh. The one this morning is more about the art on my wall, so that one's not as fun. The afternoon one is about my husband's hose, so we'll just leave it at that. And it's not, yeah, anyway. You guys are great. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you all at Camille's.